The following episode is brought to you by Tinba, maker of bags for professional filmmakers and photographers. Tinba, never compromise. Find out more at tinba.com. You're listening to Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon. Hey, what's up, Internet? It's Brandon.
And it's Alex.
And I am...
Turn down your freaking phone.
I'm live streaming the live stream while recording the live stream.
While streaming
in the live stream
recording.
bit.
Oh,
Let's
God.
try that again. Hey, guys.
Brandon's already drunk.
That is not true. It is Brandon.
And it's Alex.
And we are filmmakers.
And we're also drinking Dr. Pepper. I mean, bourbon.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Oh, nice. Smells familiar. Not for you. That's the first time you've had it.
That is delicious. The 10-year?
We are drinking the Bullet 10-year
Woo!
Frontier Whiskey.
That's a decade.
If you have not tried it, I highly advise that is your weekend pour. Go out and get you a bottle. It's really tasty.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's real.
So
real nice.
we were last week. Did you catch the show? Did you listen? You haven't had a chance.
Did not have the opportunity because I've been doing my career, my job.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. We had Doug on from Bullet.
I'm going to go back because I hear it was very informative.
It was great. I mean, he walked us through, how to properly drink the bourbon, how to really breathe it in, how to really appreciate it. Yeah, you gotta kind of
like a fish, like a bourbon fish with your bourbon gills.
When you go to sort of smell it, you want your mouth to be just open just a little bit, just like a.
It circulates on the palate.
It circulate, yeah. So it was fun. He was very insightful, and I think hopefully the fans of the show that like the bourbon side of things more than the film side, or as equally as much, really enjoyed that show. So I think that
everyone I've heard from says it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was fun.
He was I was keeping up on Slack, and everyone was like, "This guy's great guest. Whoa, I didn't know that."
That's cool.
Pretty neat.
So what's going on, man? What have you been up to?
Oh my God, too much, man. Too much. Business is booming, as they say.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I just shot a commercial.
Oh yeah.
On Tuesday.
Where at?
In Wyoming, Ohio.
Okay. I was like, all right.
Yeah. The gigantic buffalo roaming through Wyoming, Ohio.
Nice.
No, it was good. It was crazy though. It was all exterior. It was big lights. It was moms with dance choreography. It was like Grease. Mm-hmm. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's fun, man. It sounds like a good time.
We got it. We got through it. We're all alive.
That's awesome.
As you can see, I'm like 6 shades darker right now.
Yeah. What'd you shoot on?
Red Epic.
Awesome.
The MX, the old sensor.
The old guy.
The old guy. The old grandpa. Yeah.
What kind of lenses were you guys using?
Arri Allura zooms. So I had a 15.5 to 45,
were
and
they
then a
optical
30 to 80.
or anamorphic?
Spherical, you mean?
Spherical.
They were very optical.
They're very optimum.
They're optical, for sure.
Spherical.
Yeah, they were spherical. Yeah.
Cool.
No, only you do anamorphic.
Ah, come on. I don't know about that.
Yeah. But
that's
here,
cool, man.
Hold on, I gotta. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Well, a lot. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go.
What? have you fallen off a cliff yet, or walked into oncoming traffic?
No, but I do want to. I mean, we can't deny it. We're part of this show is we're with the times. We're real time. We record it live. We talk about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I can't deny the awesomeness of Pokemon Go. After the first 2 days, I was like, "What is this?" I downloaded it and I realized, "Oh my gosh, this is actually really cool."
Yeah.
Now I have a 7-year-old who loves Pokemon. We have Pokemon at home on Wii U.
Yeah.
And so me and him started playing it, and he's like, "Wait a second, you mean there's real people?" And I was like, "Yeah." So the first time we went to a gym and battled, I pointed out to my son, like, that guy standing over there
that's who you're battling?
Is the one we're fighting. Oh. And afterwards, we were like, "Hey, man, what team you on?" And he's like, Mystic. And we're like, Team Valor. And he was like, "Cool, man, have fun, be safe," that sort of thing. And so there's literally thousands of people, millions of people all over the world that are just walking around playing this game and interacting in real life.
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The only thing I wish that was different about, so I downloaded it I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I downloaded it.
It's awesome.
Caught some Pokemans.
There's nothing to be ashamed of here. Yeah. This is fun.
Found that little Squirtle hanging out there in the pond, You
know there's a hack to get Pikachu right out of the chute.
I did not.
Yeah.
Why would you hack the game?
I don't know, man.
Just play the freaking game.
I know. It's on the internet. So
Just follow the rules, guys. Come on.
So anyway, that's what we've been up to. We've been doing that. We've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I didn't finish my thought.
Sorry.
What I want to happen in the game is I want you to be able to see all the other little avatars of everybody else playing near you.
Yes, and that might be coming.
And I want you to be able to trade Pokemon with them.
That's coming in the next update. And they're going to have a global scoreboard to show which team is winning the war.
Whoa.
Blue, yellow, or red.
The war?
So
why nobody's yellow, by the way?
I don't know. Mystic is the most popular team. This morning, though, on my way into work, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I on my way into work made a quick side stop to take over a gym.
You would.
And I took it over, and I was holding on. I was reigning supreme for at least 2 hours.
You're a gym defender.
Well, I needed to boost up my my MX. You know what I mean?
Your MX.
Yeah, my power or whatever, my status, so I can be level 14.
Yeah, see, I still don't know a lot about it. I'm like a level 4 dude. I can't even go to gyms. I don't have time for this Pokemans.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun. This begs the question, though, with this craze that's happening, my assumption is it's already in the works or in production, but Pokemon reboot, the movie, the whole deal's got to be coming out, right? It's got to be...
Oh, yeah.
Is that a thing? I would think
I'm sure.
By now it's a thing.
A live-action movie with, Keanu Reeves playing Ash.
Directed by Christopher Nolan, full-on,
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of... I guess M. Night Shyamalan was doing the Last Airbender thing.
Which was terrible.
Didn't really pan out.
Did you see it?
No.
It's horrible.
Why would I watch it?
Terrible movie.
No, it's horrible. It's just in the superhero genre.
It's absolutely terrible. Yeah.
So...
It's an anime or whatever.
Anyways, so that's fun. Been doing that. Been finishing up projects.
Yeah?
I'd created the trailer for Kill Game.
You did, and I got it.
We have it. It's coming, people.
You're
going to see there is an actual real film. It is actually going to screen. Mm-hmm. We have a real trailer that will hopefully whet your appetite and get you excited to watch it. And
it's quite the tease.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
yeah.
So anyway, that's coming soon. I just sent you the cut to color, right?
Yeah, quad 4 ProRes.
And Adam and the guys here at Sound Images are actually doing the sound for it right now, I think. So that'll be fun. We'll be releasing that in the coming weeks. So
hopefully they're not drinking too much bourbon while they work.
No, but I have...
we want this to be good, guys.
I have something that happened 2 days ago in that process.
What?
So I created the rough cut.
Yeah.
But I hadn't gotten it prepared yet for color and sound. And I go to open the project again, corrupt project file.
Shut up.
So I want to share what I learned with the listeners because they might come across this experience. Mm-hmm. So I Googled the internet's how do you recover/restore a corrupt Premiere project file.
How do you do that?
I came across a great article. So if you Google it, you'll come across this great article as well, probably, or you can just follow my directions. First thing it had me do was turn off the hard drive and open the project to verify whether or not it was actually the project file. So I did. The project file opens up. Everything in Premiere reads that it's offline, but everything worked perfect. I was able to move the mouse. There was no spinning wheel of death. Everything worked just fine. So I'm like,
just
interesting.
Nothing was linked. Yeah.
So I turned the project file, or I turned the hard drive back on, opened it up again, and I moved the cursor on the timeline. Boom, spinning wheel of death. Locks up.
Was it an effects thing?
So I'm like, interesting. So no, everything was rendered. It was all there. So I was like, okay, so step two. Step 2 was clear out your media cache in Premiere.
Yeah.
So you go to File, Edit, Preferences, Media, Cache, Empty. Yeah. And it empties your media file cache in Adobe Premiere. So I did that, which I barely was able to do it because I would get the spinning wheel of death, and then it would catch up. The system would catch up to itself, and then it would and I was able to do it. Close the program, restart the computer. Open the project file back up. It looks like it's fixed. Some activity is happening, and then boom, spinning wheel of death. So at this point, I'm really frustrated because I'm like, all that hard work, and I can't even use and get this trailer out to the people.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, so what's the next step? So the next step was create a new project, and import the old project,
the old sequence,
into the new project. Well, the old project.
Weird.
You can do. You can do the sequence. Yeah. So what I did was I started a new project, new name, new whole deal, and then I went to import project.
Yeah.
When you import project, you select the corrupt project file. It'll open up, and then it'll allow you. Do you want to import the whole project or just a sequence? So I said I want to just import my sequence from the trailer. Sure enough, it copied over successfully. So I'm like, all right. I go into the timeline, boom, problem solved.
But, so you don't really know what the issue was, though? No,
but it doesn't matter.
It's fixed. I'm just curious.
So that fixed it. Now, the next two steps, if that didn't work, they had you open up some sort of XML verifier to actually verify the XML data in the project file, if it's clean code or not. And if it's not clean, if it fails the test, then you would have to use an XML editor. You would have to know XML.
And repair it.
And you would have to go in and manually restructure your project file.
You'd be like an XML surgeon at that point.
You would be, yeah.
Hand me my XML scalpel.
Yes.
XML nurse.
Yes. So with that said, if you're out there, if you're listening, if you've ever had this issue, if you happen to have this issue next week, which you might, refer back to the episode or Google like I did and realize that there are options. Don't give up all hope.
You're like an expert now.
I don't know about that, but
you're an XML pert.
So, but that was big for me. That was a big learning. I was like, whenever I stumble across little troubleshooting things like that, I always want to share them because it's like, hey, if it happened to me, it could happen to you.
It's the small victories, man. That's what makes life worth living.
Yeah.
You salvaged the project. Good.
So
that's crazy. I would have been infuriated. I'm like, what is going on?
Exactly.
Can't open my project.
So what's on the old boob tube? What have you been watching?
Boobs, I assume.
What have you been consuming?
What have I been optically consuming?
Yeah.
What have my retinas been absorbing?
Yeah, your spherical retinas.
Yes. I've been. So Kristen said we have cable finally again, and we love it. And she's had on like HGTV ever since we moved in.
All right.
Because we're still in like the home.
You're just like in home.
The home mode. Mode. Home mode. Sounds like
nice.
Home mode. Anyway, yes, we've been watching like I don't know, all these DIY shows and Castle Hunters and House Hunters International and weird stuff. Because I've been working so much that I can't really watch anything I want to watch.
Right.
Because Game of Thrones is over now.
Yeah.
So my
soul is crushed. Game of Thrones is gone.
I know. Might as well just end everything.
I think the best part of Game of Thrones being over is that people are going to start watching other stuff.
Well, I watch stuff.
You know what I mean?
Around that as well.
So speaking of watching, we got our friends hanging out over on Slack, and they are throwing out if anybody watched Mr. Robot.
I have not.
I'm watching Mr. Robot. I did not see last night's episode, episode 1 of season 2. Which did you see how they leaked it out?
No.
So Mr. Robot's all about internet hackers. Have you watched it at all?
Nope.
That's amazing. So
that's what everyone
it's
says.
all about internet hackers. They got a group called F Society. So to release episode 1 of season 2, they released it early on YouTube, and they made it look like the hacker group did it. So it was like this cool little social play. It was really fun. And so you could watch the whole first episode on YouTube because it got hacked.
Wow.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
They're playing into
So it's good. But we've been trying to finish up season 2 of Bloodline.
Yeah, I fell off that train. I need to get back on.
Man,
because
was great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so we're in on season 2. We tried to watch an episode the other night, but the kids ended up coming. They were out with my mom at a county fair.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
Like calling pigs and
not
riding cattle.
They did go to see a friend in a pageant. That's a whole nother conversation.
Nice.
But
what's Tom saying? Tom Terrific. Nice Q&A with director and the actors after the Mr. Robot show.
Oh, cool.
So there's like some bonus stuff.
All right, nice.
Yeah, it's what everybody who watches it, have to stick around after it and check it out.
Nice.
Cool.
So,
dude, sorry.
I was going to finish my thought. So we couldn't
continue. Go ahead.
We couldn't finish the episode of Bloodline because of the kids. The kids came home.
They can't watch that?
Yeah, that's the problem with adult content is that with mature content, we don't have a giant house. a small ranch in middle class America.
How many cattle? How many cattle do you have on your ranch?
No cattle.
Oh,
but when the kids come home, it's like it's summer for them. They're staying. They're not going to bed at 8.
Yeah,
so it's
up.
like they're up.
You just got to turn them into adults right now.
Sucks, man. So we had to stop that, and we ended up turning on American Ninja Warrior.
Ooh, I like that.
Still pretty good.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, they do a good job of connecting the heartstrings in that show as well. They're like, so-and-so's about to run the course, and he is running it because everyone he knows has cancer. Like,
my God.
It's like heartstrings, and like you're crying, and you're like, I just want him to finish the course.
I've always thought I could do that. I could be an American Ninja Warrior.
Well, do you remember?
If I slim down a bit.
Do you remember when you climbed up the palm tree?
Yeah, I was like an American monkey.
Have we ever told that story?
I don't know, but you can go ahead and tell it.
So speaking of American Ninja Warrior, we're on set in Miami, and we're down at this park down on the coast or on the beach in South Beach and
South Point Park.
South Point Park.
Yep.
And we were having a rough go. We got our camera gear stolen. It's a long story. But anyway, I was down in the dumps, and there's my buddy Alex trying to pull me out. He's like, "What do you need, buddy? What can I do for you? What can I do? You want me to climb that tree?"
I said, "What do you want?" You're like, yeah, I'd love a coconut right now." Like joking, like, yeah, I'm not going to get one.
I said I'd love a coconut because we were underneath the palm trees. And sure enough, Alex kicks off his shoes and shimmies up a coconut tree, grabs a coconut, comes back down, and hands it to me.
Yeah.
And says, everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And it was a great shoot. Everything ended up being all right until I got food poisoning.
You did.
The night before the shoot. I almost didn't show up on set.
Like
I
2 hours
thought
late.
I was going to die.
Yeah. But we had it all set and ready to go for you. Yeah. All you had to do was come down and watch the monitor.
What a story.
I got you your coconut.
Yeah.
I got it for you.
Anyway, yeah, I agree. I would not bet against you on American Ninja Warrior.
When I set my mind to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to lose a few pounds and
increase your grip strength.
Increase my grip strength and my musculature. Yeah. Right now I'm in lazy DP mode.
Nice.
So that's my body type.
Hey,
yeah.
Seems to be working for you.
It's fine.
So speaking of, what we're watching, you talked a little bit about what you were working on. What else is going on? You said you're super busy.
Yeah, I got it. I had that big shoot 2 days ago. Right? Yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yes, 2 days ago. Wednesday. Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Tuesday. Today's Friday. 3 days ago. Whatever it was. Had a big shoot on Tuesday. Had a shoot on Wednesday, scout on Tuesday. I had another shoot on Monday. I was taking care of stuff yesterday. I'm in pre-production for a gigantic shoot on Tuesday with a scout on Monday.
Nice.
It's just nuts. Like when it rains, it pours, and I've got my buckets out collecting that rain.
You're the guy now, man.
Yeah,
I feel like you've just plussed up your level, like in Pokemon Go. You've
no longer level 4.
You've collected some filmmaking Pokemons, and now you're starting to blow up.
Yeah, I got my filmmaking candy. I got like 100 of those. So I'm about to level up.
Nice.
No, it's going well. I can't complain. Feeling good. Feeling blessed.
That's good, man.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to get back on set with you, my friend.
I know. We need to do a new project.
I know. What's going on? When are we going to shoot something in relation to the show?
Well, we'll shoot some Bourbon stuff here coming up. We're working on some things.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we're doing right now over at my place is animation.
Cartoons.
A lot of animation. Ryan and Kyle are doing crazy amounts of explainer videos, and I just yesterday got 2 new inquiry requests for explainer videos. So for some reason right now, the corporate world is dying to have an explainer video.
Nice. And those are on the business side of things. Those are good margin projects.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Well, think of it this way, as filmmakers, whenever you make a commercial or shoot a video, you have a lot of COGS in the business world, as we call it, cost of goods sold. So in order to make profit, you have to spend money. So on a film shoot, you can't go out and film a high quality commercial without a crew, without cameras, and you don't own all that stuff because it's too much overhead to own. And so you have to spend, you may have to spend $50,000 to make $50,000.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like you got to pay all that stuff.
There's a quality threshold you need to hit for a certain project.
So anyway, that with animation, you don't really have any cogs except all you're really dealing with is the time of
human.
The animator.
Yeah.
So maybe a cog would be like a plug-in or something like that, but really it's the animator's time and the time of the designer to create the assets, et cetera. So from that angle, there's really minimal hard costs. So from a business perspective, yeah, they're great. They're great to have.
Yeah.
So
because it's all ones and zeros. It all exists in Dream World.
It's all
you can make whatever you want.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty soon, we're all going to be out of business.
Yeah, we're all just going to be one big explainer video.
Speaking of Dream World and ones and zeros, did you see that Blackbird from the mill? The car that can create whatever car you want?
No.
It's just like it's a chassis with 4 wheels and a motor and a little like sensor on top of it. And you drive that around and you film that bare bones vehicle, and the mill, the VFX group out in California, has all these different car models that they just track onto that bare chassis. So you could shoot this and shoot your beautiful countryside, all that jazz. They just plop in the Ford Mustang or the Toyota Tundra or whatever the car commercial is.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
So. What's interesting, we always talk on the show about what we're up to, but we've got a whole group of filmmakers on Slack.
I think it's like, 2 million now?
Well, it's not 2 million.
3 million?
It's like 50.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're having a good time. And if you are not on it, we definitely want to welcome you. Jump onto ftbpodcast.com. Follow the links for Slack. Send a request. We'll get you in the group. Share your reel, get feedback, troubleshoot with each other, general chat, fireside chat, and the Slack group is also the place to chime in on the live taping of the show.
Which is what this is.
Exactly. So,
right now.
So anyway, just throwing it out there, if you guys are out there listening on the Slack group, feel free to chime in and post what you're working on, what you're up to, those sorts of things, and we'll see what's up. See if we can't work it into the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we have people commenting all the time, like Tom Terrific saying he does explainer videos for corporate clients as well.
Yeah,
and we have Mike G talking about Marco Polo. I mean, you guys can shape the way that this conversation goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else is new, man?
Oh, tons. I mean, we got the house thing going on. Pokemon Go's taking up like the majority of my life, but not really.
Is there anything you're excited about that's beyond the house? I mean, is there anything that you're just like, I can't wait for this?
I can't wait for these projects to come out. I mean, honestly, right now I'm in like full on business mode. So I've years past, like the initial stages of anyone's career, you're setting out all these little hooks and lines, and waiting for them to become fruitful. Now they're becoming fruitful, but you'd always be thinking 2 steps ahead. So now it's seeking out new contacts. Yeah. It's laying more groundwork for.
And you can't show you the new work until it comes out, which is always delayed compared to what you're trying to get.
For sure. So it's just that, once some of these projects start coming out, then it's you step up to a new tier and you're pitching these to different companies, agencies, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just always feel, me, I'm always recutting reels and stuff because I feel that whatever reel I have doesn't fully represent current capabilities.
Right.
So it's just a balance, I'm excited to see what's next, I guess.
You're excited to cut the new reel.
I'm excited to cut the new reel. You know me. I don't even have my computer at home set up though.
Yeah.
It's such a mess right now.
Is the bourbon bar set up?
No, not at all. I've got I poured the what was it? The former homeowner got me a bottle of bourbon, and I put it into the decanter, and it's just sitting on the concrete countertop. And every once in a while, you slide by, pour a little glass, and enjoy,
and revel in your glory.
Yeah, just look around and go, I own this. I own this now.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
What's going on with you? What are you excited about?
I'm excited about The Get Down.
The Get Down?
Mm-hmm. The new Netflix series that's going to premiere in August that's all about 70s Brooklyn, the birth of hip-hop culture. And it's pretty awesome. The trailer's phenomenal.
Dude, everything's about old hip-hop now.
Well, for me it is.
Look at the productions going on in our city. They're filming that Girl from Compton movie.
Yep.
About Michelet and back in the whole NWA days. all these new series, these new shows it's crazy.
Yeah, the Get Down is by far the most exciting thing for me that is going to come out. I just think it's pretty rad.
Well, that's like your passion.
Yeah, I mean, I love hip hop. I grew up, listening to that stuff and enjoying the culture and the graffiti and the dancing and all that. So I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting. So I think it's going to make some waves.
What's the station or platform?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
And I believe it's going to come out in August.
Cool. Dude, nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I got the Kill Game.
For anyone, obviously you can't see it unless you're creepily like watching in somehow. Brandon's wearing a Kill Game shirt.
Yeah.
Don't we have like a ton of those left over?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
Could we get more?
Maybe.
I wonder if people would buy them. If they want them.
They're pretty sweet.
They should buy them.
Yeah.
So. We should post a photo. Anyway.
Cool, man. Actually,
you know what? Because I can do this. Watch. Anybody that's listening on the Slack group in about...
You could live stream... Dude, you could live stream via Twitter to the live audio stream.
5, 4,
You know
3,
what I'm saying? Alex is
2,
sharing a picture here live for
1.
the people. So, anyways, man, it's been good. This has been a good summer, staying busy, and a lot of fun stuff on the show. And the Bullet team has been great. I've really enjoyed their spirits throughout the month. This month,
this tenure is delicious. By the way,
and really the other thing that is cool is that we've been able to hook up our listeners with great content and great giveaways.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Tenba giveaway going on now.
Yeah,
we talked about the sweet bag that you can get.
Absolutely. So if you have not entered to win yet, you know how to do it, or maybe you don't. If you're new to the show, enter the FTB monthly giveaway. This month is a Tenba HDSLR bag that is, it's built to go on your next adventure, documentary, filmmaking journey. And it's about a $400 bag. And all you got to do is mention at Tenba Bags, at FTB Podcast, include the hashtag FDB giveaway, and you'll be entered to win. We will be giving that away at the end of the month.
Which is an extra long month. It's like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
For the show at least.
Exactly.
So that's cool though. That's cool.
So,
any other new gear or anything in the filmmaking production side coming out that you've seen?
I mean, I follow all the blogs like everybody else. I haven't. There hasn't been any real disruptions. I don't think.
Yeah, they had that Panavision camera announcement, but that's kind of out of the reach of most people.
Yeah, that's kind of like announcing a new Rolls Royce, or
I guess so. Something that is within reach and that people might start seeing on sets is that Red just announced a Super 35 8K sensor, so called Helium.
Okay,
brand new sensor, so you don't have to have the medium format glass, to cover the 8K VistaVision sensor, which it's a challenge, and the glass is really expensive. Now you can use Canon EF lenses, you can use any PL mount glass that you can find at any rental shop on the 8K Super 35 Helium. It's kind of crazy. But again, you don't really need to shoot an 8K. It's just another tool.
Sure.
Super high resolution. So I thought that was kind of neat.
But now it's all 8K.
All 8K. You got an 8K display, 8K lenses.
Craziness.
Got my 8K tripod.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you, one of the things that I have been thinking about recently is sort of the madness that is our world right now.
Like our world?
Just everything. I mean,
people killing people and people dying.
And so
it's kind of sad.
It is. And I don't, I'm not trying to get political. I don't want to do that. But I think what I would like to bring up is, because I've been thinking about this in my own world of influence. I met with a friend today to talk about maybe doing a project. But as filmmakers, I would assert that it's our responsibility to be a part of that conversation. I think, we've been gifted with an ability and an art form that is all about communication. And I know all the major things in my life have been influenced through film, music, media. Whenever I have changed a point of view, whenever I have I used to think A, but now I think about B in my point of view. A lot of times that's been because of a film that I watched or a song that I heard, something like that. So I think that in the times that we're in, where there's a lot of discussion based on a lot of different topics, so I won't hone in on any of those, but I do feel a sense personally like I'm responsible as a filmmaker to be a part of that conversation or to create some sense of story or media that will enter into that arena.
Reshape.
Do you agree with that? Do you think that that's our place as filmmakers? Do you think we should step aside? What are your thoughts?
No, I'm completely on board with that. I think as filmmakers or media creators, we have we're in a pretty powerful position to kind of shape minds. So it's a responsibility that I think some people don't take seriously. But then you have people, the Werner Herzogs and the documentary filmmakers of the world who really know exactly, what they're doing.
Right.
So you make a 90-minute film, and it could, like you said, completely reshape someone's way of thinking about, certain topics you weren't going to go into, but about race or religion or economic status or political affiliation or whatever.
What type of food you eat.
Exactly. You're just like, oh, I used to hate people that ate cabbage. Yeah. Now I kind of side with them,
What do you... Maybe this is a challenge to our listeners. I would like to challenge you. I'd love to hear from you guys. Reach out to us at fdbpodcast@gmail.com or go to fdbpodcast.com and there's forums or
at FDB Podcast on any social platform.
Tweet basically. At us at FDB Podcast. But I guess the question is, if there's other filmmakers out there, if there's other people that are having these similar feelings and thoughts, whatever, reach out. Who knows? Maybe there's a collaboration moment where, what kind of story could we tell with filmmakers across the world?
Yeah.
Or across the country?
Well, I think what it all comes down to, like all these issues and problems we're having, in my mind, it's very simple. They all stem from a lack of information.
Yeah.
So people make decisions based on some limited understanding of something, whatever subject. Had they been informed, had they, had the exposure, the experience dealing with some group or some politics or whatever, they probably wouldn't make the same decision.
Right.
And so, I don't know. That's the position we're in. We can provide that information.
Yeah.
And do it in an entertaining fashion that reaches a broader audience.
Yeah.
So, it's a powerful place to be in,
That's true. What do you think is the difference between filmmaking or filmmakers and the media? Right, this so-called black cloud of the media always, you know what I mean? At what point are you a filmmaker, and at what point are you part of the machine that is the media?
That line is becoming more and more blurred the farther we progress as humans. I think the media started out as a worthwhile, respectable organization.
Meaning news media.
News media.
Yeah.
Meaning, hey, we're just going to provide you the facts. Here's what happened. Mm-hmm. Make up your own mind. Now they've entered into this realm of shaping opinion.
And film has as well. I mean, with guys, some documentarians have crossed the line.
But that's as the medium, it's known that filmmaking is subjective.
Sure.
It's not objective,
that's
which
true.
News media should be objective, and it's not. Like, it's well known now that Fox News is a Republican outlet and CNN is a Democratic outlet. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? It should be unbiased and just objective. It's not. So they've kind of entered the realm of filmmaking, in my mind, of content creation with a certain agenda, which is what filmmaking is. By the end of the movie, you either like the main character, you hate the main character, or, whatever. You side with their struggle or you don't. Based on what you've been presented.
Right.
News has now entered into that, where they give you the background of some killer, and they're like, here's why you should hate this man, or here's whatever. Instead of, here are the facts, decide,
Yeah.
That's my point of view.
Man, sorry that I turned this whole thing and got...
dark.
Yeah, I wasn't trying. But I felt like we needed to talk about it.
No, it's
I didn't want to not talk about whatever.
We can't not.
This whole show's based on what's going on in our lives, and these are things. And so I just thought we should. And again, maybe I think we're just scratching the surface. Maybe there's a whole slew of episodes that deal with social issues and how filmmaking enters in. There's some really great filmmaking nonprofits.
There are.
And one of which I've been really looking into, and I think I don't know, there might be a moment where FDB Podcast is able to uplift or support an organization that has to do with filmmaking, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll talk about that.
We will.
Yeah.
We always talk. What you guys don't know is there's always a million things going on behind the scenes and teasers and stuff that might happen for you guys,
We're always working on something.
We're always working. We're always scheming.
So, but I'll tell you what, you guys have been great to us. And, one of the things I did want to ask of you listeners specifically is if you could, please head out to iTunes.
Oh, yeah.
And give us, we haven't asked forever. Mm-hmm. It's been a while, but it would really be
I haven't checked
wonderful if you have not had a chance and we got some new listeners. Head to iTunes to Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon and give us a rating. A 5-star would be great. And a nice review. That would be wonderful. That really helps us out in so many ways.
Written review.
It helps get us exposure. It helps where we place and rank in the search. And it really gets out the vibes to who we are and what we're trying to do. So if you could take a moment, do that, we'd appreciate it. And connect with us on all the social media channels. And, it's a place for you to come hang out, enjoy a new bourbon, talk about filmmaking, talk about movies, get in on some superhero debates, and maybe debate on some real stuff, about what's going on in the world. That's
the power of the community here. Yeah, the filmmakers and Filmmakers Drinking Bourbon, it's not just you and me. We're not the filmmakers in that phrase. We're, like you said, like you keep saying, we're trying to provide a community and outlet discussion group for all filmmakers who may just happen to enjoy bourbon.
We had RTA, forgive me, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, RTAPALTSAYN.
Robert Topoltsian.
All right, Robert. That's his handle.
Yeah.
He chimed in. He said he's talked about Spike Lee's film called Do the Right Thing, which he recently saw and thought it really resonated well with today. Comments on some of the issues, what's going on. Yes, I have seen Do the Right Thing. It is a great film, and I'm so glad you brought that up because I have been wanting to start watching directors as an opus. So I don't know if any of you guys out there have done this before, but I am working on how I'm going to do this, but I want to start watching a director's body of work. So for instance, now I will watch Spike Lee's body of work. And so for the next however long, I don't watch anybody else until I finish his body of work.
Just take it all in.
And then I move to Hitchcock, and then I move to Tom Twerker, and then I move to whoever. Has anyone done this? It seems like a great way to take in a real interesting director's point of view and really learn their full bag of tricks. Do you do that with cinematographers?
Yeah, well, I was just going to bring up, on the cinematography side, there's a guy on Vimeo and YouTube, goes by the name of Wolf Crow, who will watch...
That's a badass name.
It is cool. I think he's Eastern European of some form, Russian,
He's
Latvian.
a Wolf Crow, man.
Pretty cool, but what he does is he'll go through a cinematographer's body of work and include clips and put together kind of a montage master reel of their entire portfolio, but then break down what makes their cinematography special. So he'll go through the lenses they use, how they typically light a certain setup, blah, blah, blah. He typically shoots between a 2.8 and a 4 and, et cetera, et cetera. And that's kind of cool. So I've seen it on that front.
So what I'm thinking of, because when I do stuff like this, I like to have sort of a strategy.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about is I'll soak in the body of work and then I'll create a blog post that's something to the effect of what I learned from Spike Lee, what I learned from Quentin Tarantino. Right?
Yeah.
Would you read that?
I would absolutely read that.
Sounds good.
Well, I think another thing you can include in there is how this director evolved over the course of their body.
Yeah, there's a whole deal. There's a whole thing. But I think when you watch somebody's body of work, you really can soak in the deepness and the essence of what they're trying to say, because most likely there's a thread throughout the whole deal.
Yeah.
A certain thing they do.
There's a viewpoint, yeah. Like Tarantino, again, like you're saying. You know it's a Tarantino film. The exploitation, the musical choices, the framings, all leads you to, hey, Tarantino.
All right.
No, you should do it. It sounds daunting.
I'm going to do it. Well, the reason I've been inspired is because of my neighbor JP, who's going to be on the show next week.
Can't wait.
And my neighbor JP, who is not a filmmaker, who is not a distiller, who enjoys a good Busch Light.
Yeah.
He loves movies. And my neighbor, who's not even a filmmaker, has set out to watch 100 movies this year, and he has watched over 50.
Whoa.
Now, to me, that makes him more of a student of film than me at this point when it comes to appreciating film.
Oh,
and
for sure.
He's really understands. And so I'm inspired by the neighbor JP. And so I thought, well, if he can watch that many films, then maybe he inspired me. And so that was my thought. So I think I'm going to do it. I'll let you know. Ask me next week if I've started. But thanks guys, Robert over on Slack. I've been meaning to, and I think I'm going to start with Spike Lee, because I've got all his stuff sort of in a wish list on Netflix and all the other things I stream, and I've been thinking about, like, you know what, I should just watch all his films.
And it's a good one to watch, especially in these trying times, if you will. He's controversial, talks about race relations. It's a good one.
So there you go.
Tom Terrific chimed in and said, Tom Wineland said he has done it in the past with Hitchcock and William Castle.
Okay.
So you've got someone who can discuss this with you.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is great. Then if this is a thing, I would like to invite anyone listening right now to join the journey with me. We will
start it on Spike Lee.
We will start with Spike Lee.
Nice. I like this idea.
All right. So
from the beginning?
I'm going chronological order, absolutely.
Oh, okay, all right.
From the beginning, starting with Spike Lee, starting right now. I'm making the declaration. It starts now.
All right.
It ends when it ends.
It ends when it ends.
So some people might go faster, some people might go slower, but since I co-host the podcast, it ends when I'm done watching.
I like it. So
all right.
He's directed...
Yeah,
according to IMDb, 67 projects.
There's a lot of commercials and TV. I'm talking films. We're going on just films.
So
just films.
Not his first TV miniseries, no. She's Gotta Have It.
We're not going to...
Or his shorts, Last Hustle in Brooklyn.
We're going...
His shorts could be really...
I know.
And those are easier to consume.
I know. No.
But I have a feeling you're going to have a problem finding some of these.
Yeah.
Like these shorts from 1979, you probably won't be able to find that.
No.
But if you're going first feature, Joe's Bed, Stewie Barbershop, We Cut Heads, 1983.
I don't know if I can find it, but we're going to attempt this.
1 hour long comedy crime drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, it's on Spike Lee. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, we're not going with we're going with major films, okay? Like the major Spike Lee, like the canon of films.
She's Gotta Have It, School Days, Do the Right Thing, More Better Blues, Jungle Fever, Malcolm X.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah. All right, I've thrown it down. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it's been a great conversation.
As always.
But as always, every conversation has to come to an end.
Yeah, I would say just, pause. It's an ongoing conversation, this.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's all it is. We're just we're putting on pause every week. We come back, we rejoin, we recap, pick up where we left off. Maybe we add a few new voices to the mix.
Yes,
get a different point of view.
But next week is definitely going to be a new voice. The neighbor JP will be on the show. His father is a big movie fan, and every several weeks he hands JP a box of VHS tapes. And yes, VHS tapes.
He still has a working VHS player?
Yes. And JP will watch these movies. Some are B movies, some are classics, some are...
Does he have to put in a head cleaner tape every once in a while?
And he'll watch them in the garage. And I love JP. You're going to love him too. He is bringing a box that his dad gave him full of VHS tapes that has not been opened.
I cannot wait.
We, on the show, will get to open the box and start to look through some of these classic titles
Wow.
And we'll see if anyone's watched them, and it'll be great. And he's got a great knowledge of films. He'll talk about some of the stuff he's been watching.
Yeah.
He'll talk about what he likes in film. It's going to be a great show where we celebrate the film enthusiast. The guy who likes movies.
Yeah. Doesn't have anything to do with production. He just enjoys film.
He enjoys a good movie.
I wonder if they still make VHS. Like, did they make The Force Awakens on VHS?
No. Maybe bootleg.
Could you imagine
bootleg copy? So, as always, thanks again for listening. We appreciate you checking out the live stream and our friends at Sound Images, as always, hosting us and taking care of us.
What's in the box?
Bart in the booth. We love you, buddy. Way to get it done. So, we will talk to you guys next week, and we will be digging into neighbor JP's mystery box of VHS tapes. Don't miss it.
Secret stash.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This podcast was recorded live at Sound Images Studio. Find out more at soundimages.com.